If you are as excited as I am to try out WhatsApp communities, then you have definitely come to the right place. In today's video, we're going to be chatting about exactly what a WhatsApp community is, what it does, and how you can use it. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Megs, and every week I release tech tutorials helping you do digital better. So how does a WhatsApp community differ from a group, you may be wondering? Well, it's all about hierarchy. So effectively, a WhatsApp community is what you're going to add your groups to. So in the same way with groups that you actually add participants into your group, now instead of adding participants, you're going to add groups into your communities. So communities would be things like neighborhoods, universities, and schools. And the things that would fall underneath that would be things like classes, subjects, maybe it's a parents group versus a teachers group. So I actually went ahead and created my very first community, and I'm already loving it, although of course it's totally a dummy one for YouTube. So basically what you do is you can either create a community from scratch, or you can create a community with the groups that you already have. So I've created a community which I simply called YouTube test, and underneath that I put a test group with just me in it, which is also called test. So here you can see this is what the community group is actually looking like. So there's of course the name of the community, I've called it YouTube test, but then there's that byline as well. I've just said my community does this. So there of course you would explain exactly what it is that happens in this community. Then you would have your groups underneath that. Bear in mind that you always have one extra group because they consider the community to have an announcement group. So there'll always be an announcement group, which means any communication that goes in that announcement group is going to go to any of the groups which sit within that community. But then you have those individual community groups which can have their own admins and their own admin settings. So if, for example, you're worried about people who are non-admins being able to post, of course that is going to fall away because each of those groups has their own admins and has their own admin settings. And then the person who is the admin of the community, I guess, would really be like the super admin. And then you'll notice, of course, you can also view the members and you can invite to community via a link. So in the same way as people can add themselves to a group, you can now include people using that link and have them add themselves to the community. So then they can actually choose which of the groups are most relevant to them, which is also super handy. So I guess either they're being added at a group level or at a community level. And you can have up to 500 groups sitting within a community. So these things could get huge. So I just think that this is such a fun bit of new functionality. Come to WhatsApp, and I'd love to hear in the comments what you guys think of it. In order to get started and create your very own community, you're going to be able to go to the community tab, which is at the top on Android and at the bottom if you're on iOS. And that's going to allow you to create the community just like the one I just showed you. On the same day that WhatsApp announced communities, they also announced the fact that you can have up to 1,024 people in a group. So really they're opening up the realms of possibilities. You can also have up to 32 people on a video call, which is simply crazy. And then, like I mentioned, of course, 500 groups within a community. The other functionality, which is brand new to WhatsApp, is of course things like emoji reactions, the admin delete functionality, which allows an admin to take control of the situation, and polls, which are so awesome because it means you can actually get data from within WhatsApp and not have to send people to a survey link. So that's also really fun and interesting functionality, which when paired with something like WhatsApp communities is going to open up so many doors for us. The other thing that's worth bearing in mind that someone can leave a group but still be part of a community, which is quite cool because they would still be in that main kind of comms group, so they'd actually have to leave the community in order to stop that communication altogether. But of course it's very tightly managed in terms of what you want to see and what you don't. So I hope that really rounds up and sums up any of your questions that you might have had about communities. If you have any more, please do pop them down below. I would be so stoked to hear from you, and I cannot wait to see you next time so we can keep on doing digital better.